Bounties are one of the most exciting aspects of One Piece. Every time a new character's bounty is revealed, it hypes up the entire community. 8 years ago, I made a video titled, "What if the Marines had bounties?" And 5 years later, Oda, with the help of Buggy, revealed those Marines' bounties, including those of the strongest ones, the Admirals. Now, what if Oda went even further and revealed the bounties of the Gorosei and the Holy Knights? I'm pretty sure that would break the internet. The Cross Guild has already flipped the world upside down by putting bounties on Marines. With Buggy, Mihawk, and Crocodile leading this organization, the Marines are no longer the hunters, they are the hunted. And if the Cross Guild really wants to go even bigger, why stop there? What if they put bounties on the Gorosei and the Holy Knights? Bounties in One Piece indicate a character's threat level. Just as the Yonko have higher bounties due to their power and influence, the Gorosei and the Holy Knights would also command higher bounties because of their status. The Gorosei aren't just old men in fancy clothes, they've been in power for centuries and have insane abilities. Saturn alone could shake an entire battlefield, heal from deadly attacks, and unleash a terrifying aura. If he's that strong, just imagine what the others are capable of. Taking down even one of them would be the biggest strike against the world government in history, and if the Cross Guild really wants to change the world, putting a price on their heads could be their most dangerous move yet. Maybe it will be one of the keys to start the final war. To make this video more fun, I found a logical explanation for what Imu and the Gorosei's bounties might be using one of Oda's favorite techniques, Goroawase, a Japanese number wordplay. In recent arcs, every bounty has a reasoning behind it. For example, Loki's bounty of 2.6 billion berries is based on Goroawase as well. 6 meaning Ro and 2 meaning Ki, in combination Ro-Ki, which sounds like Loki. Dory and Broggy's bounty increase has its reason as well. 100 years ago, their bounties were 100 million berries, and after 100 years, their bounties increased to 1.8 billion berries, which is influenced by real-life inflation rates. The fact that Oda pays attention to such small details is crazy. Before that, in chapter 957, Brand New revealed the bounties of the most important characters in the world, and every bounty was also based on Goroawase. For example, Goldie Roger's bounty is 5,564,800,000 berries. The numbers 648 can be read as Roshia, which sounds like Roger. Similarly, Big Mom's bounty of 4,388,000,000 follows this pattern, as the numbers 88 can be read as Ha-Ha, meaning mother. Kaido's bounty of 4,611,100,000 berries has the same logic, with the number 110 being read as Hyakuju, which directly relates to his title, Kaido of the Beasts. The same applies to Whitebeard's bounty of 5,046,000,000, where the numbers 4-6 can be read as Shiro, meaning white in Japanese. And after that, Oda did the same thing with the Cross Guild's bounties. Mihawk's bounty numbers 3, 8, and 9 is read as Migoku. Crocodile's 9, 6, and 5 is read as Kurogu, and 8 and 9 in Buggy's bounty is read as Ba-Gi. As you can see, Oda doesn't even choose bounties randomly, so with this information, let's move to the Holy Knights and start with their leader, Shamrock. Shamrock is not just a leader of one of the strongest organizations in the world, but also the son of Figurlin Garling, one of the Gorosei and Shanks' twin brother, who is one of the Yonko. Even this information tells us that he must be unbelievably powerful. His devil fruit has not been revealed yet, but we have seen the power of his saber, which is one of the strongest weapons in the series. Shamrock possesses a saber which has acquired the power of an awakened mythical Zoan-type Cerberus devil fruit. Even Loki, who was noted among the giants for his incredible strength, was fearful of getting stabbed by the blades, and it must be noted that Loki was pretty chill while he was getting attacked by Gunko. Shamrock's bounty can be easily predicted with Goroawase. With numbers 4, 6, 6, and 9, we get Shimu Roku, which sounds similar to Shamrock. A powerful character like Shamrock deserves a bounty of 4,669,000,000 berries, which, as a bonus, would also be close to his brother's bounty. Gunko ate the Aro Aro no Mi, a Paramecia-type devil fruit that grants her the ability to create and control bandage-like strips with arrowhead tips. These arrows have various offensive uses. Besides being effective for stabbing, the arrow strips can also be used to bind an opponent's limbs or choke them around their neck. Her attacks were strong enough to seriously damage one of the most durable characters, Loki, even though he was chained to a tree. In Goroawase, 9 is Gu, 0 is N, and 5 is Ko, forming the number 905. I don't see Gunko having a 5 or 9 billion bounty, so I predict her bounty will be 1.905 billion berries. Now let's move on to the Gorosei, starting with Saint Shepherd Jupiter, the warrior god of agriculture. Jupiter ate the mythical Zoan sandworm devil fruit, allowing him to transform into a giant sandworm or a hybrid form. In his awakened frozen state, dark flaming smoke surrounds him. His full beast form enables him to swallow opponents whole. He possesses a powerful vacuum breath that can engulf an entire island, pulling in even giants, though large objects can block it. Additionally, he can burrow underground, ambushing enemies from below, and his massive jaws are capable of biting through even the Iron Giant's metal body. Like the other Gorosei, he possesses all three types of haki, which were sensed by Zoro and Lucci. I believe his bounty will be 10.38 billion berries, because 10, 3, and 8 can be read as Ju-Pi-Ta. Some may think this is high, but considering he has ruled the seas for centuries and is immensely powerful, this number seems logical. Saint Ethan Baron V. Nezuro, the warrior god of finance, wields the mythical Zoan Bakotsu devil fruit, allowing him to transform into a skeletal horse or centaur-like hybrid. His blazing speed enables him to cut down enemies before they even realize what happened. He dashed across Egghead's shores, slashing through half the pacifistas in seconds. Nezuro's legendary swordsmanship is further amplified by his ice-infused Kitetsu blade, which lets him freeze enemies with every strike. In his full Bakotsu form, he can bite down foes like a beast. Beyond their devil fruits, Gorosei share mysterious abilities. They can telepathically communicate across vast distances, heal instantly from even devastating injuries, and appear through magic circles like summoned demons. His sheer power is feared even by giants who claim he can cut through anything. With a single devastating air slash, Nezuro split the Labo phase of Egghead in two, proving that when he swings his sword, nothing stands in his way. I predict his bounty to be 10.6 billion berries, with 10 and 6 forming Juro. Saint Topman Warcury, the warrior god of justice, wields the power of a mythical Zoan Fengshi devil fruit, transforming into a massive four-tusked boar demon. Despite his size, he is shockingly agile, using somersaulting strikes and bladed tusks to devastate opponents. His haki-infused roars and overwhelming strength allow him to bulldoze through anything, even sending the Iron Giant flying. Luffy struggled to hurt him. His red rock, which had wounded Kaido, left Warcury unfazed. Even in Gear 5, Luffy's strongest form, his haki-imbued attacks barely made an impact, and Warcury somehow negated his rubberizing ability. Unlike Jupiter and Nezuro, we saw Warcury's Supreme King's haki in action, strong enough to disorient giants like Dory and Broggy, warp Luffy's body, and knock out marines from kilometers away. Finding a Goroawase number for Warcury is difficult, so I will assign him a bounty close to that of the other Gorosei. Saint Marcus Mars, the warrior god of environment, acquired the power of a mythical Zoan-type Itsumade devil fruit, which allows him to transform into a giant monster bird with a serpentine body and a human-like face with sharp teeth. In his full beast form, Mars can fly freely and was able to quickly reach the Labo phase layer of Egghead, piercing through the Frontier Dome while remaining unaffected by laser beam attacks. Offensively, Mars can fire a powerful energy beam directly from his mouth. He also used his Conqueror's haki to knock out several Denden Mushi. There are a few possible Goroawase numbers for Mars's bounty, but I will choose the most logical one, 10.8 billion berries. Saint Figurlin Garling is the warrior god of science and defense. He replaced Saturn after the latter was promoted to one of the 5 elders from his previous role as the leader of the Holy Knights. He is the biological father of Shamrock and of Shanks, one of the strongest Yonko. He was the champion of God Valley 38 years ago and, as many theories suggest, one of the few people who could harm Prime Whitebeard. According to this panel, he is one of the 12 most important characters in the final war, so I'm sure his devil fruit powers will be revealed soon. But before that, I want to show you an interesting theory about his abilities. Assuming Garling will receive the same package of abilities as the other Gorosei, immortality, telepathy, summoning, monstrous transformation, and assuming of course that he doesn't already possess any of those powers, then his necessary ritual to gain them would be the perfect opportunity to explain the mechanics of the Gorosei's power set to the readers. All of the Gorosei possess mythical Zoan abilities, so it wouldn't be surprising if he gets one as well. Garling could be based on Fenrir, the monstrous wolf from Norse mythology. Fenrir has 2 sons, Hati and Skoll, and also plays a pivotal role in Ragnarok, which aligns perfectly with the current arc. Another fun fact is that Saturn has a satellite named Fenrir. Garling replacing Saturn could symbolize him becoming Fenrir. In the same chapter where Garling replaces Saturn, a new satellite also replaces Vegapunk. Additionally, Garling's appearance resembles both a star from the front and a moon from the side, which could mirror the opposing roles of his 2 sons. Skoll, aka Shanks, who chases the sun, and Hati, aka Shamrock, who chases the moon. I believe Garling's bounty will be 5,179,000,000 berries, as these numbers sound like Garinugu when spoken in Japanese. If you manage to leave a scar on Prime Whitebeard, then having a bounty similar to Whitebeard's makes a lot of sense. Compared to the other Gorosei, his bounty is lower, but we must consider that the other elders have ruled the world for centuries, with Garling only being promoted to his position a few chapters ago. I did not mention Emu because the world, including the Cross Guild, does not know about Emu's existence. Emu is the secret ruler of the world, hidden for centuries, and likely the most powerful being in One Piece, a character who occupies the empty throne and to whom even the 5 elders bow and serve. Sabo and Wapol saw Emu during the Reverie arc, so the secret might be revealed soon. If it happens before the final war, Buggy might even go so far as to put a bounty on her head. Notably, Emu appears to possess one of the ancient weapons, which is powered by the so-called Mother Flame invented by Dr. Vegapunk. This weapon, which floats in the sky above its target, can completely annihilate an island within seconds, as demonstrated when it wiped out the Leloucha Kingdom. We also saw Emu's transformation, which was significantly larger than that of the other Gorosei. It is highly likely that Emu possesses a mythical serpent devil fruit. Another possibility is that Emu can transform into the figure drawn on the mural in One Piece chapter 1038. Emu most likely controls and empowers the 5 elders, which is why they are seemingly undefeatable. Saturn, who was capable of healing injuries, regenerating, and was regarded as immortal, was easily killed by Emu. Within seconds, only Saturn's skeleton remained. If the Cross Guild were to place a bounty on Emu, it would have to be the highest in history. I believe it would be 16 billion berries, as the numbers 1 and 6 sound like Emu in Japanese Goroawase. With a bounty that high, only a handful of people in history could even dream of challenging Emu. But just the act of placing a bounty on them would send a clear message. The age of the world government's control is coming to an end. Imagine it. The day when people start hunting celestial dragons instead of fearing them. And that could be the final spark that ignites the war we've all been waiting for. If you want to know more about this topic, check out the video right here. Thanks for watching. Bye!